All right,
we
we're 15
started
minutes
at
late,
9
but
before.
like a year and a half ago, dude. Anyway, welcome back, everybody, to episode 43. Holy crap.
We're still going?
Yeah, almost a year, dude.
I thought it's been longer than that.
Well, I think technically we've been doing this for about a year, but we're not to a year in terms of the number of weeks we've had streams due to like cancellations, holidays, that kind of a thing.
Because I know we started streaming about the time I was promoted, which was about a year ago.
Yeah, it was right around the like quarantine, like when quarantine fully sank in, which was like March, and this is April 2nd.
So we had a captive audience with nothing better to do but watch a bunch of nerds play a board game.
Oh my god, it's almost like the quarantine helped a lot of the TTRPG series and companies.
Weird.
I'd also like to point out, I'm surprised none of us have somehow died yet.
In real life or in the game?
I can fix that. Hold on, let me make a note.
They're real.
No!
Goodbye, Valinor.
Hey, I mean, to be fair, in my home game, in my other home game, I kind of made my players kill one of their teammates in order to win an encounter.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
He made us fireball on the tank.
Yeah, the tank had like 3 HP or something like that, and I'm like, these guys are pretty hurt, but they were the tank went basically, or no, the tank went unconscious.
Oh boy.
He knocked her down. He knocked the tank down, and he was basically like, "Surrender, or I'll kill her." And the sorcerer, who has a wand of fireballs, just went, "Nah."
Uh-oh.
Thank God. Thank the gods that our cleric had, that revivify. Yeah.
I think that was it. Yeah, so he killed the tank, the 2 enemies, and just barely avoided everybody else in the room, because it wasn't a very big room. Killed them, and then the cleric cast Revivify on the tank.
That's the kind of sorcerer I aspire to be.
No.
Not a good sign.
So
I ever see you charging up a fireball. I'm smacking you with all of my counter spells. Who did we just lose?
Blind. We lost blind.
Blind.
I'm sure he'll figure it out. But it was a good encounter, and he was very it was very fun. I do think that was the cleric's last Revivify diamond, though. So I think he only had the one. So hope you guys survive.
Well, I remember last session. What was it I did? Oh yeah, I was like, "Here's the plan," and then started the encounter before anybody was ready.
Yeah. Speaking of which, what did we do last time, guys?
Outsmarted a bunch of wolves.
I mean, they're not hard.
I wouldn't say outsmarted.
Well, we could have also very easily gone out in the field and faced them, as the DM was probably expecting. But I was like, I played enough Dark Souls to know where this is going. We should probably draw them in and kill them as they come in. But I couldn't do it alone. You see, my allies, they're the ones with the cool spells that are for territory denial.
You could have spells like that too. Sorcerer has a lot of access to a lot of fun spells. Do we have blind back?
I think so. I think somebody reset our Wi-Fi, and because I completely lost connection for 5.
Oh, did we lose them again?
No.
Oh,
Oh.
I just heard.
You-
I just heard. I think somebody disconnected the Wi-Fi because I lost Wi-Fi for like
5
5 minutes.
It
silence.
just silence. I was like, oh. All right. So who would like to do this week's recap? I will say I think Denock has a point of inspiration, so I think he is excluded from
Yep.
this week's.
Also, I did it last week, so
Yeah, but if you used your point of recap, I'm kind of being a little more. What did I do? Point of recap. That didn't make sense.
And you say I'm the one with communication issues.
No,
Ooh, snap.
you have a very difficult time conveying an idea. I have a hard time with words because half the time I think my brain has a little stroke, and it just, yeah. Anyway, I'm fine, guys. It's Friday. Let's enjoy the weekend.
It's a good Friday.
Oh shit!
I'll
It
go ahead
It
is.
is Good Friday.
Uh-huh. I'll go ahead and do the recap if nobody else wants to.
Go for it, Rona.
All right. So we started out last session at the end of the, previous night technically. We got gathered in Denock's room where he has a whole bunch of skull decorations and skeletons and such, because he's a necromancer and that's what he does. We were going to take the skull of the
spoilers.
giant. What?
Nothing. Never mind. Keep going.
Okay. So we took the skull from the Cloud Giant King that we had found dead on top of our flying fortress, and we were going to ask him some questions about Fodor Fireforge, the fire giant smithy. And I wrote down a few things here. The king's name is Nikos. He knows Fodor as the greatest smith in existence. He gave us the information that Fodor's not extremely smart, but his weapons are very dangerous because he's a very good craftsman. We would try to see if he had other weaknesses, like something we could leverage, such as maybe family. It would appear that he doesn't have those anymore. But if we could challenge him in some form or fashion, he cannot back down because it would be dishonorable. We threw a few ideas around, such as poisoning him during a drinking challenge, or maybe our barbarian could fight him in a fist fight. But Denock's like, why don't we just try to talk him out of forging? We always resort to violence for some reason. And then before we went to bed, I managed to convince Cardin to hand over the Giant Slayer's sword, because I wanted to have it. The next day, I got a chance to try it out. First of all, one of our helper guards woke us up and told us that we had a wolf problem outside the fortress. And we're like, okay, maybe it's the same wolves as yesterday. Except now they were giants. And we were surrounded. We were not allowed to leave the fortress. Let's see, Valinar used Mindlink to try and communicate with them, but all we really got was that their master said, don't let them leave. Guard the place. Nobody in or out. And they don't know who Master was. They're just like, Master is Master. But then we came up with the plan to piss them off, draw them into the fortress, and then kill them off 2 by 2 or however many we're going to fit at a time. And it worked. They just kept falling for it. I tried out the Giant Slayer sword. Apparently, sword fighting will never be my forte as my strength went down further, and I was not able to do much damage. 1 point of damage doesn't kill anything, guys. So I had to give it up.
It has before.
Not for me, it hasn't. We killed off all the wolves. A couple of them managed to get away, and then we told the guard that, yeah, we took care of the wolves, And we haven't decided where we were going to go from there.
Also, keep in mind, for everybody listening at home, wolves have an intelligence of 5. They are being controlled. They know master as master.
Their
So-
downside was their pack tactics. They're like, follow the leader.
Through the
Through a
wall,
wall of
fire.
flame.
Go.
Exactly.
I mean, to be fair, upon approach, it wasn't hot. So they
True.
didn't deduce if it was an illusion or anything like that. So they were just like, "It's not hot. Yeet." Oh my god!
Oh,
worst mistake
Lord.
ever.
Like, I don't think that burner's on. Ow.
Oh god. That...
It is awful.
No, my wife, who is at work, just sent me a image of a April Fool's prank gone wrong. Apparently, for the last year, roughly, a wife of this couple, a wife had saved every Amazon package she had ever gotten, and on April Fool's, while he was at work, made up all of the boxes and left them outside the front of the house for him to come home to.
Oh no. Oh my god.
I saw that. I'm like, oh my god. That would be awful. It'd be funnier than shit, but let me tell you,
How would you like to
Anyway.
get home and see just a wall of boxes around the front door?
I just keep driving.
Be like, I must have the wrong house. Cat, what are you doing?
So, thank you for that recap. Take your point of inspiration.
Thank you.
After the fight, you guys, some of you, are beaten and bruised, and I believe John is looking real hurt. But the rest of the day is yours. As of now, it's probably like, I don't know, 8 a.m.
Wow.
Short rest.
Do we even eat? Question mark.
If you're to believe the order of events in which happened last week, no.
We woke up, went and fought wolves on an empty stomach, and now we're like, okay, food.
Now it's time for breakfast.
You
What's
guys
wolf for
can
breakfast, guys? Sorry,
Half
go.
of it's already cooked.
No, thank you. I'm not that hungry. Not for the wolf, at least.
By the way, the smelling of burning flesh and burning hair is awful.
It is.
Because probably
I lost my
close,
sense of smell somewhere in there. I'm sure.
yeah, probably close to, I don't know, half a dozen wolves jumped through the fire. So
Guards,
We probably wouldn't be that hungry.
I mean, it's
Guards,
8 a.m. You
clean up
haven't
this
eaten
mess.
breakfast.
Hey, guys. Let's go get breakfast in town. That way we can't get surrounded by wolves and trapped again.
you know that's a brilliant idea.
Okay, you guys head into town. Are you guys going to be stopping at like the first place you come to, or is there a little place in mind that you guys might Denoc might have in mind?
Yeah, Dinok, what's good for breakfast here?
Well, we never did get those donuts.
Works for me.
Oh, right, you mentioned donuts, didn't you?
Yeah. Then we got distracted by what kind of coffee the place has, and I kind of forgot about it.
Oh,
I
right.
mean, that's fair.
I mean, somehow that slipped through my keen mind, but okay.
Look,
That works for me.
I
kind
mean,
of want
coffee excites us
coffee.
all.
look, I'm not remembering every little thing you declare you want to do. I'm not dedicating a notebook just to the crap in your mind. If you want to remember it, remember it.
Write it down like I do.
And do work?
That's the whole reason he took Keen Mind, was so he wouldn't have to.
The entire reason I play Barbarian.
That's fair. Are you wanting to return to that little coffee shop? Tarascan Calf, I believe is what it was called, and order donuts and coffee?
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe not the coffee part. I might just go for some fruit today. Fruit juice. A smoothie, you know what I mean. The thing where they blend up the fruit. The what?
The unicorn drink. Never mind. Yeah, you guys.
I thought you said the Scarlet Unicorn. I'm like, I don't want blended unicorn, thank you.
Scarlet Unicorn sounds awful. Vigorously writes a note. I would say if each of you are paying for your own snacks or food and snacks, I would say it would probably come out to be probably three silver pieces. Probably 3 silver pieces if you're getting what would be like a novelty item, or not a novelty, like a basic item. Like if you're just getting a black coffee, probably 3 silver. But if you're gonna get like one of the fancy frappuccino things, or something,
We
higher,
lost.
probably...
We lost Vert.
Oh no!
The cleric?
That's arguable.
I know. The cleric part?
Oh, there he is.
Oh! Look, he's back from the dead.
You good, bro? You good, bro?
I don't think I actually heard him reconnect, so give him a minute.
I do not know.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, you guys are kind of going in and out. I've gotta.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Okay.
I feel like I wrote this place down. Tarascan Calf. Yep.
Let's give him a minute and see if we can...
I heard a bloop.
Hello?
You good now?
Yeah, I can hear you guys again.
Yay!
That is always nice. It's
Did
really
you-
hard to play a
Yeah.
game that involves communication if you can't communicate.
Yeah.
Did you miss anything?
Are you sure?
I think I only missed like something about the order. We were at
Okay.
the cafe and
Yeah.
I heard something about cost.
Yeah, basically if you're gonna get like food and a coffee, if it's like a black coffee, like nothing special, like not one of like if you go to, oh god, what's a good example? If you go to Starbucks and get one of their specialty items, it's gonna be like a gold piece and with food. But if you're just getting like a black coffee, 3 sugars, whatever, it's like 3 silver. So you guys can mark off what you want.
Bava's eating another Flanders.
Oh, another Flander. Okay. Yeah, I would say that's probably considered a gold piece. Just
Okay.
because there's a lot that goes into that.
Yeah.
Did I do that thing? Hold on. I want to see if I did that thing. I did do that thing.
You did the thing.
Here's the Flander.
Oh, Lord.
I like that.
Perfect.
Yeah. The only reason why
That
I
is
did
moving.
the thing... Yeah, the only reason why I did the thing is because I found a thing, and I found a website, and I was playing around with it, and I was like, I need something to play around with it on. And I went, I'm going to use the cup of hot chocolate. So I had to find it. And I played around with it, so... There you go. There's your flander. So,
Yeah.
respectively, mark off your guys' gold and or silver. You guys are able to consume your beverages.
And
I would
donuts.
And donuts. All
Describe
of
the
them
donuts.
taste- Well, what did you order?
I ordered the Cookie Monster.
Ordered the Cookie Monster. Okay.
Oh
So-
shit.
I ordered whatever 2 gold pieces gets me.
Oh God.
I ordered the white lightning.
Nice.
So
Because this worked out so well last time, Donna orders the weirdest shit on the menu. The weirdest donut.
The Scarlet Unicorn.
And
Here
here's
we
not
go.
just getting the maple bacon.
Ew.
One. How dare you?
alrighty. We'll start with Katya's. What did you say you ordered again? I'm sorry, I got lost with everybody else's order.
The Cookie Monster.
Right. The Cookie Monster. So yours is less of a. It's a little less of a donut. Because they're improvising. So yours is actually closer to a like a deep fried cookie with a. This would be like a chocolate chip cookie with a deep fried chocolate chip cookie. Sorry, with like a vanilla icing and rainbow sprinkles on top, topped with like whipped cream. And served in like a very large mug.
Oh.
Or actually, no.
That sounds delicious.
This would be on a plate, not a mug, because that's your donut.
Hey, a mug cake is a real thing.
Oh, I'm well aware. And then John ordered a white lightning. Is that what I heard?
Can I
Yep.
describe it? It's an actual donut.
Oh,
Really?
Absolutely. How about it?
Yeah, it's a donut from Pennsylvania. It's
Never heard of that sound.
it's like a normal donut but with like a white frosting all across the top of it, and then it has white sprinkles, and then there's another one called Chocolate Thunder that's like the same thing but a chocolate version, and it has like this cream filling inside.
Ooh.
That does sound pretty good, actually. Okay. Yeah, make my job easy. And then the maple bacon tastes like a donut with bacon and maple syrup on top.
As it should.
Then, what did Cardin get?
He got whatever 2 gold pieces gets him.
Right. Okay, I'll come to yours in a minute because you're getting the kitchen sink. So,
Sounds like a high iron meal.
Valinar ordered the weirdest stuff he could get. Okay.
He got a meat pie.
They wouldn't serve that for breakfast. They would not be making that for breakfast. No way.
No, that's a dessert item.
Mm-hmm. So you end
Somehow.
up ordering. You end up ordering what is called the bear claw, and
Oh.
now I know this is a real donut for some people, but I'm putting my own twist onto it because I think this sounds weirder. When it arrives on a long plate, and it looks like a bear's paw. It looks like it has been deep fried to some extent. You're not sure what. And the inside is filled with different kinds of creams layered with different jellies or jams, depending on what is your preference. They would have asked you. And when you cut into it, it's not a bear. It's not a like the paw itself isn't like an actual bear paw. It's actually just deep fried breading from the donut and stuff, and the fur that you would have seen would have been like chocolate icing, with the nails being basically large carved nuts, probably peanuts in some capacity. It's very sweet, very good, and definitely a little weird.
And
Carden.
very, very unhealthy.
Yes. Carden, the kitchen sink is literally a bowl. Excuse me. Of a little bit, like maybe half of every single donut in the store inside this giant bowl, topped with a bunch of whipped cream and then sauced with chocolate, caramel, and a vanilla. I guess it would be actually be a marshmallow topping.
Ooh. Carden likes that.
There's different kinds of donuts, from like regular to chocolate with sprinkles. There's some with jelly filled. There's some with cream filled. There's a lot of donuts in this bowl.
There's a lemon filled.
Probably, if you'd have to dig for it, but probably.
It's in there.
You're making
Now,
Where I work, you don't have to dig for it. They put it out front.
You're making
now
the fat boy hungry.
And now Carton is benefiting from the abilities of haste.
Yeah, somebody probably ought to buy a leash for him.
I'm sure the mage hand has it covered.
No, Mage Hand can hold 10 pounds. Carden is well over that. Okay.
It can slap people in the right direction, but it can't hold them.
Right. So,
Did somebody say hold person?
What?
Oh shit.
Old person?
alrighty. So, you guys have your food, you guys eat and drink your coffee. I will say let's consider this a short rest. If you guys haven't already taken a short rest for your character sheets, let's go ahead and have this be your short rest for the day. So,
Yeah, nothing happens.
if you need to recover spell slots, for those of you who can, hit points for those of you who need it, go ahead and do so. John, I would highly encourage you to recover hit points, as I think last week I saw you were like on 1 HP.
On what?
Perfect to get back up to.
Weren't you on like 1 HP at the end
No,
of last
I'm-
session?
I'm at 35.
Oh, right, you gave yourself lay on hands. Okay. You guys are taking a short rest, so if you want to recover any hit points, you can spend hit dice. Yep. So I recommend that to everybody who is down hit points. So go ahead and spend those.
That's
So,
Ooh, that was a good roll.
so question, DM.
Yep.
Since apparently I now have the sword, can I attune to it?
I would say you could attune to it during this short rest period. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I don't remember. Did I put that in your character sheet already?
It
You
was
put it as a
longsword.
longsword +1.
I did. So I will go ahead and edit the damage. The damage that it deals.
Jeez, Carton.
He was down a lot.
I see that.
Just as a reminder, clerics don't heal.
Sorry, testing this real
Well,
quick.
son.
Yeah, I regained more than your max HP.
Okay.
Clerics don't heal self-inflicted wounds. You wanted it, you get to keep it.
Okay. Valinar, I'm just going to put the one-handed option in there just because with you wielding your shield, I don't anticipate you using a two-handed option.
Yeah, nope.
So, okay,
Two-handed out of nowhere.
It is now in your inventory. It still has the +1 longsword, but that is the Giant Slayer. Also, Katya, make sure that you remove it from yours. Cardin,
I believe I
leave
already
it
did.
just because
Yeah,
it
it's
might
gone.
wind back up in yours.
The sword?
Yeah, just leave it in your inventory because it might end up back in your care by end of
The
things. So, it might. I don't know. It's going to depend on Valinar. So,
I mean, it deals like double what my mace does.
Yeah, because you got a basic mace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember that extra 2d6 only applies to giant kin.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if let's say for example you hit Cardin, you deal 1d8 plus 1 from the weapon.
That's
and then
still
plus your
more
own
damage
modifiers.
than.
That is still technically more damage than his mace.
I understand. Yeah. Maces are one-handed, a d6. They're a simple weapon. So, but with that, your short rest comes to an end. Everybody's healed up and marked off things that they've needed to. Where would you guys like to go from here?
We're gonna go heal Deanok's uncle.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yes, we should.
All right. So you guys make your way deeper into the city. Where is that? You guys begin making your way deeper into the city, and again, this city, even though you guys have already seen it, you guys are continuing to be surprised by the city itself. I'm gonna have everybody roll me a perception check.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Bloop. 15.
21.
17.
Wow.
Okay. I mean, it kind of makes sense that Deanok would roll the lowest here, just because
I've seen everything.
You've been down these streets 100 times.
Deanok,
there's not really a whole lot, for the fun of it. There's really not a whole lot out of the ordinary. It's a lot of the same hubbub, and there's a lot of different things that still are continuing to go on. You do see one of the things that you would see is one of the younger apprentices under Zalpip within the order of his care, basically. You know, there are a few others, not many, but a few, who seems to be out doing chores. You currently see him in a skeleton, a medium skeleton, walking around. The skeleton has got like packages in its arms, and the boy is like reading a paper and like looking at buildings. It looks like he's delivering orders. That's kind of what you notice, and it kind of gives you rookie, that takes me back kind of a memory of when you were running deliveries for Zalpip. Katya, 15. There's a lot of people here, and they're all doing weird things. You know, drinking water from like bottles and then like discarding half of it because they don't want to carry it.
Oh, that's gonna set me off just a little bit.
Yeah, it's upsetting.
It's very upsetting considering what's going on.
But what are you
back
gonna
on my
do?
island?
I understand that, but you know, you see that, but you also see like when you guys walk by an area of new construction, you can see machines of indescribable power, basically. They look rudimentary to what you would have seen or heard of people using years and years ago to build the large sounds structures within where you're from. Much
Yes.
like cranes and bulldozers and stuff like that, but these are different. They don't have the piping for the the power source that you would use, but they have
Yes.
these like large boxes on the back of it that you occasionally see people like open and just look inside, check a few things, and then close it, and the machine would run again.
And nothing inside that I've managed to catch a glimpse of makes any sense to me.
It's too far away to really see inside, but it's like that's familiar. And it makes you think of home a little bit.
Yes.
Valinar, with a 21, you're glancing around, and out of the corner of your eye, you thought you saw someone you recognized.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm. Somebody from your past, somebody you met in a very brief exchange. You're not sure where you met him, but you turn and look again and you don't see anything. Maybe a trick on the eyes, maybe a weird freak coincidence. But you look and you look, you don't see him anymore. After that quick, just kind of like out of the corner of my eye, I saw something and it looked familiar.
Oh,
Pardon.
boy.
City loud. It's very different than what you're used to. Even when you were on Isserus, it was closer to what you knew because there were pockets of forest and nature. Here you see the occasional tree or patch of grass. And outside of that, nature is scarce. It makes you a little uncomfortable knowing that there isn't any nature in the near proximity.
It does make me extremely uncomfortable.
John, with a 17, there's so much new stuff coming in from this city. It's almost like sensory overload at times. There's loud noises, there's machines that have never even remotely crossed your mind or anybody else's mind that you've known. And the closest thing like you have to like any of the technology here are like weaponry or some of the weapons and like a horse and cart kind of a system. And even those are a rare oddity here among the city. It's weird, it's baffling, it puts you in a state of shock and awe. At times. You're still able to converse and everything, but it's different. And as you guys continue being led by Dinar to his uncle's home, eventually you guys arrive at the door without really realizing that so much time has passed. Looking around the city in shock and awe, basically, for most of you. I assume Enoch knocks on the door.
Yes.
Duty knock.
You knock on the door, and there's a pause. Eventually, the door opens, and you are greeted by a butler from the June family.
Is it one I recognized?
It is. He's the same guy that opened the door yesterday.
Is Rael in?
She is. She is currently in a meeting, but I will fetch her and inform her of your arrival and allow you guys to wait in the foyer. Please come in. Come in. And
We follow.
as you do, the door closes and the city sounds vanish. And they're replaced by a more pleasant sounds of, as you guys go over to the waiting area that you were before, you can hear a little bit of a I have the one that I want.
Uh-oh.
Sure, we'll go with that. It'll do. I'll do is a little bit of a background noise here. And you guys sit down and wait. Probably half an hour or so before.
Oh, that's plenty of time to talk.
Yeah, I will say you guys take a half hour and talk.
Yeah. So, after we sit down and we get comfortable, I'm going to look to Denock. And I'm going to say, the technology here, what you've got going on it's impressive. You have no idea how much this could save my people.
What do you mean?
Well, you said when we got here that your people have adapted a technology that uses electricity and magic.
Yes.
My people have not. The reason we have a major water shortage where I'm from is because our ancestors didn't have the foresight to believe that we would run out of water using steam-powered technology. And these days, we've grown so attached to the technology we couldn't revert. Not without a catastrophic event. People are dying now, but if we just take away the technology, we don't know how to survive in the wilderness. There's not much water to help us out there, and I mean, we have magic, but it's not like this. Since we've been here, all I can think is just if one day we could find a way to connect the islands and set up a trade system. Your people have so much to offer mine.
Part of the problem would be figuring out a way to what's the word I want to use? Uplift your people without disrupting their natural lives.
So, like a subtle way of teaching them without.
Directly coming in and saying, "Here, better technology. Now don't act like children with a big shiny red button."
Oh, what if it started with providing a better water supply and small instructions on how to start transitioning?
I'd have to look into water source logistics.
I mean, you must have some way of handling water here. I've seen people in the street just today. They drink water out of bottles and then discard half of it. Every half of that water, I mean, surely it doesn't just stay in. What did you call that thing that they put it in? The round thing on the street corners where.
Trash bin?
Yes, certainly doesn't just stay there. It's got to go somewhere, and then you
Well, the
do
trash
something with that water.
bin is taken to, depending on what it is, either the recycling plant or the garbage disposal system.
Recycle.
Yes, things that can be broken down into simpler materials to be used for something else.
So,
For example, glass can be melted down to recreate new bottles.
wow. So instead of just throwing things out, putting it in like a big hole in the ground, it actually becomes your scrap gets reused.
Yes, and anything that can't be recycled is incinerated.
That must be fascinating.
Well, it can be a little disturbing whenever it's Ted the Pyromancer on duty.
Oh,
He gets a little too excited about it, if you know what I mean.
so if you recycle the bottles, what about the water that goes inside? What happens to that?
It's put in the drainage system.
And then?
Oh, I'm trying to remember where that goes.
The drainage system would go into a recycling center in order to repurpose the water by filtering it, cleaning it, and then resending it out into the various locations that the water would be.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's such common knowledge that it's just passed over by anyone who's not specifically interested in this technology. Here's the thing. DNOC is not interested, so I kind of have to think, do I need...
Understood. I didn't know if that was a character thing or if that was a player being like, brain fart, where did water go?
No. Like, I'm going to have to roll a history to see if DNOC actually remembers that part.
Okay.
Would that history or...
Yeah, history.
Parts of it he remembers.
Yeah.
Well, it's taken to... I think it's... cleaned somehow, but I'm not sure the specifics of it. And it's just reused.
Do your people know that they're drinking water that's been drank before?
And pissed out.
Oh.
I mean, it's... look at all the technology around us. There's something that cleans all impurities from something.
I mean, with enough magic and technology, yeah, I'm sure. But at least you have a way to, after it's been used, to return it back so you don't lose it. Something like that would be extremely helpful.
Hmm.
You see, I've been trying to create water from various other things, and before I didn't even use magic at all. I was just trying to, mix chemicals together and see if I can't transmute this into this and make water. And I got other things out of it, but none of it was water. Not in
Well,
an
let's start
abundant
with.
supply.
So let's start simple. Do your people have rain catchers?
We used to have a big lake in the middle of the island.
Understood, but there's such a thing called morning dew. Even in dry and arid temperate locations,
It's there.
yes.
See, last time I went trekking through a desert, it didn't look very wet at all.
Well, of course not. It's morning dew. It evaporates quickly. You just have to collect it in a certain way to not lose it immediately.
Well, I can't say that we have anything like that then. We do have some sort of system, typically built into most of our technology, where when the steam is expended, we have a way to collect some of the water and pump it back through, but inevitably some amount of water is lost in the process. We never figured out how to perfect that, and frankly, most of the people in charge didn't care. As long as the technology functioned, that's all they were worried about.
Ah.
And now that it's a major shortage and people are just dying because they don't have water to drink, now they're like, oh, we should probably do something about this. Maybe. It's part of why my mother kind of contracted this guy to work on a steam-powered flying ship. She wanted to go down to the surface because at the time we didn't know there was a such thing as other islands. She was like, well, let's go to the surface. They gotta have plenty of water there.
Did it succeed at all, or was it just a failure from the start?
Give me 1 sec. Player has to look this up.
While you do that, what are the rest of you doing?
Contemplating the meaning of life.
Keeping an eye
Okay.
out to see if he sees anyone familiar.
Make a perception
What
check.
role do I make to contemplate the meaning of life as a Neg 1 intelligence character?
Wisdom check? Sure, let's go with that.
Meh.
Live.
11.
You're not quite there.
15.
I mean, there are a couple of people in here that seem familiar. After all, you met them yesterday. But outside of that, no.
Okay.
Remember, we're inside of the June family home.
Yeah.
You never know.
And besides, most people, they look familiar because most of them are Dragonborn, like me.
They all look like.
Okay.
Alright, did you find that information then, Katya?
I did. And I'm going to have to say that it was as far as I could tell, a failure. My mother's been gone for a few years, and they managed to get the machine working. She went down, and we haven't seen her since.
I turn to look at everyone else. Alright, putting poll out now. How many of you think we're gonna find her on the surface?
Knowing
Far
our
as I
luck,
understand.
she'll probably be there with the baby wildebeest too. Maybe she took it. Maybe she took it as a pet. Made some friends with Hardin's people, became nomadic, and doesn't have to worry about water problems anymore. Or she was killed on sight, which I fear is probably the more likely scenario.
Well, whatever the case, we'll find out eventually, I bet.
I mean, the craft could have failed shortly after they disappeared from sight, and they crash landed, and that was the end of the expedition. Or maybe they made it to the ground, but didn't have the means to get back. Whatever the case, I haven't seen her. That puts us even further from a solution because she was one of the people working the hardest to figure it out how we can solve this problem.
Well... I suppose... No, that's a bad idea. Never mind. No. I was just... No. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work.
Whatever are you getting at?
Okay, so... 95% of the technology from everything you've seen is from the Veek family. About half of the current inventions were pioneered by my grandfather. Maybe he can... I was thinking maybe he could do something about it, but...
What's wrong with your grandfather? He's still alive, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately? With this information... This is the information I need to get a start on saving my people. What's unfortunate about it?
Well... Okay, so my father has 2 brothers. Okay?
Right.
And grandfather named them... Interestingly.
I'm not sure how baby naming mechanics is going to change your outlook on your grandfather.
One of my uncles is named Failure, and the other is named Tiny.
Did either of them live up to their names? I hate to ask.
I mean, kinda. But it's more along the lines of grandfather ensured that.
Oh, so he gave them names and then made sure that they fit.
Yeah, my one uncle, the one named after Failure, is Font Brodvik. Translated to common, that is the failure of the clan. Of the Veek family.
That's
My
right.
other uncle is Malkulvik, the small son of defeat.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he was terrible with names.
No, he was... The fact that my uncles didn't come out as foreseen, as grandfather would put it, he named them such.
As foreseen.
Yeah. if they
Your
didn't come
grandfather was a
out,
bit crazy.
oh, you're telling me I had to live with the man. There's a reason why his name means cruel commander.
Oh. Maybe it'd be better if we stole the plans then.
It's about this time that
As Deanoch is literally hacking up a lung.
it's about this point in time that Rel comes down and just Dinok and John Carden, Valinar, Catherine.
Wow, very good.
Thanks. I've been practicing learning names very rapidly lately. Welcome back. What can I help you guys with today?
We've got an... Excuse me. Oh, God, have you ever suggest that again? I will not stop Mage Hand. Continuous. An hour straight.
Suggest what?
Oh my. So, I think
He
Deanoch was just
suggested-
talking about. I think Deanoch was just talking about spanking me for an hour straight with his mage hands.
She blushes.
Katya just
difficult
suggested
to
stealing
read.
from grandfather.
Oh. She looks at you, Katya. Are you tired of living or something?
Well, if you're living in the wrong body, what's the point of living at all?
To live.
Oh,
I did not mean that.
You answered the question yourself. The point is to live. Anyway, how can I help you? She turns back to
We
you,
think-
Deanoch.
We may, I want to stress that, we may have a solution to Uncle's problem.
Oh, excellent.
Right now, we're not sure. We're wanting to test this.
Of course,
Question.
of course.
Is his heart still beating?
Whoa, what?
Dude, I think your mic is funky.
Yeah, I had
'Cause
to
you're coming
change
out
my
real
copy
muffled.
because I kept getting cut off.
Oh,
Okay,
you
hang
kept
on.
getting
Let me-
disconnected?
Yeah, so I had to change to my phone. I'm using a different mic.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. We'll make it work. His heart is still beating.
Okay, cool. This, in theory, should work then.
Okay, let's head that way. This way. And she begins to lead you. Wow. Back towards. I told you, Rain. The area where you guys last saw. This would have been. Hold on, I want to get the name. Enran Jing, the half-dragon individual who was in charge of the June family. Rel goes and opens the door, and inside you see Enran on the bed, but at the same time, as you open the door, you see 3 other individuals in the room. You see one of the butlers,
Okay.
one of the shadow guards.
Okay.
Is the best way I can describe them. If you remember last time you were in this room, Rel had dismissed them so that you guys could talk privately in that room. And there's one standing kind of off to the side, not really in any violent manner of any kind, but there's also, and then there is a third individual, a large, pale, bald man wearing a very nice suit from the back. You can tell it is a very nice suit, and he's kind of looking down at Enran, just kind of head down, hands kind of in front of him. You can't see what he's doing. He doesn't appear to be touching the body, but he appears to be looking down at him. Enoch, you're familiar enough with people. You would almost immediately recognize him as Jor Town.
Shit.
And as the door kind of opens, he turns and just, oh, welcome. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pry. And Rel is very quickly kind of like, I didn't realize you were here, Jor. And he just goes, I only was popping by for a minute, I swear. Simply asked, excuse me, Thomas here to just let me pop in for a quick minute. I was actually just getting ready to leave. He said you were in a meeting, and I did not want to pull you from a meeting for me to just come give my best wishes to Enran here for a speedy recovery.
Don't think I believe him.
Yeah, 100% I'm inciting this bastard.
You can make an insight check if you want.
20. Soft 20.
14? Okay. I'm pretty sure with whatever bonuses he has that's not high enough. He's not lying, but he isn't telling the truth either. Denoc, you can definitely pick up on that. Valinar, you get that, and I would also say that you would know that he's definitely not here for hostile reasons. But he's not here to just give his best wishes to Anaran. He's not here for malicious intent.
Okay.
Seriously?
I'm sorry?
Knowing that, I'm just gonna ignore everything and cast Remove Curse.
On Enran?
On the... Who do you think?
Hey, look, I didn't know what you were gonna try.
He casts Remove Curse on Jorn. Haha!
That would be interesting. I will say, as you guys are kind of entering the room, he is going to be attempting to basically leave. I did not want to get in the way. I was just popping by. If you will excuse me. And he begins to head for the door. Does anybody wish to stop him?
Cardin will stand in the middle of the door.
Okay. You stand in the door. He kind of like approaches you and he just goes, I'm afraid we haven't had the pleasure of meeting. Who are you? I'll pull up in the next, I gotta get the right tab here. He goes, I am Jor Taum. I am the head of the Champions Ward and watcher of the gladiatorial games. And you are?
Oh.
By the way, this man
Cardin.
is looking down at you, Cardin. He's well over 7 feet tall, and you can tell, even though he's wearing a very nice suit, this man is built like a brick shithouse.
Cardin's like, I'm Cardin. Did you say something about gladiatorial games?
Cardin, not now.
There won't be any. You stay in his way.
There are gladiatorial games, and I'm sure Denoc can tell you all about them, he says, kind of looking over his shoulder towards you, Denoc. However, I do need to be going, so if you wouldn't mind stepping away, Cardin, I believe it was. I am in a bit of a hurry.
Yeah.
Cardin, behave yourself.
I step away from the door. If this dude is looking down on me, yes.
Yeah. For all intents and purposes, he is race-wise, he is a Goliath. So he kind of steps out of the room, and Thomas, the waiter, just, I will escort you out. Come. And he turns and leaves.
Katya, it just clicked for you, didn't it?
Well, as a player, I misunderstood the name the first time when I wrote it down as George.
No.
So
Jor.
yeah. So now I'm hearing it the second time. I'm like, did he say Champions Ward? And at this point, it's too late. I'm like, oh crap. Okay.
Yes.
And I was gonna ask Enoch after the guy left, who was that? But now that I've got the information, the guy just went out the door.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna pursue him, but that can't be good.
That's fine.
Okay, I'm immediately going over to Uncle, and I am looking over him as intently as I can, both magically and medicinally.
Okay, I will say for the purpose of
Can I help?
You cast Detect Magic. Do you have it prepared?
No.
Okay.
I can ritual cast it.
I don't have Detect Magic.
Oh, well, I will say just roll a medicine check really quick, Valinar, or sorry, not Valinar, Denoch. Valinar.
I will.
No, I actually need you to...
Wow. Nat 20.
Okay.
Look at that.
I'm going to give this to him real quick, and then I'm going to have you roll your thing. Outside of the conditions that you saw him in yesterday, there is no change. The curse itself has spread a little bit,
But only what seems to be normal?
You would assume that it is normal based off of the information that you have. Unfortunately, you're not sure of the rate at which a curse like this spreads, but to the best of your knowledge, yes. Valinar, first, I need you to go ahead and click the spell for me that you're casting. Okay. Now, I know this is not what the spell says, but because this is a different way of handling this situation, I need you to roll a d20 and add your wisdom modifier to it.
So just a wisdom check?
Yeah.
Okay.
24.
24.
Damn.
Wow. Okay. You cast the spell, and you can feel the necrotic energy within the body of Inran fight back. And it fights with such ferocity that it almost shunts you from your body, or shunts the magic from its body, and your hands away at first. But you feel this. Let me make sure I get this right. Yeah. Okay. I wanted to make sure. You feel this warm sensation kind of overcome your body, like your arms, and you swear that you see from through your sunglasses these arms of coalescent light wrap over your arms and force your hands back down. To the rest of you guys watch as Valinar glows like a fucking light bulb. And it is blinding in a sense. And you can feel that magic push through. And as the light fades and you can pull your hands away, you can see the tentacles of necrotic energy that was spreading the curse coil, running back up to the neck where the 2 puncture wounds are, and fall out.
Stomp on it.
It's like pulls out. It falls out, and as it falls, it like evaporates.
Evaporates.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is a very good roll. And a check that could have gone either way. But you have successfully removed the vampirism from Enran. Edit my notes for that.
Enran June.
I mean, yeah, I was just saying Enran, but yeah. Like I said, I need to edit my notes.
Alright, I think that worked. Also, did anyone else see that light?
Yeah.
The light you were making?
Okay.
What was up with that?
No idea. That's not normally a part of this.
Well, I had doubts about you being a
Valinar-
cleric, but after that...
Valinar, go ahead and make a religion check for me.
Okay.
Not something you've done in a while, but
15.
15? The light felt warm and familiar. With a religion check of 15, you recognize it as Geisma's light. His guidance within the spell itself. You are a cleric. It's not like the magic is yours. You're technically getting it from somewhere else. So...
Yeah.
That was a really good
Okay.
roll.
I think what happened is I nearly failed, and then Geisma went, fuck that, you're gonna succeed. I think that's what happened.
So he's not a vampire anymore.
No.
Oh, look at that.
Gonna run a
Best
medic.
doctors,
So for
best doctors in the
clarification,
land couldn't fix him.
So for clarification, he was never a vampire. He was in the transition of becoming a vampire. And you guys learned last time that only during the transition can remove curse be applicable. Because after the transition, they're no longer cursed. They are considered undead. And for above game purposes and things, because vampirism is not a curse in the book kind of a standard, I treated that remove curse with the same skills and properties of a effectively a counter spell or dispel magic, where if you're basically casting the spell out of the lower level, you have to beat a DC of 10 plus the spell's level. And because I couldn't come up with, because it's not a spell to inflict vampirism on somebody, I went with the spell save DC of the individual. So if you would have rolled, well, the two numbers that you reflected both would have technically have worked, but the 18 would have only just. So you would have had to roll an 18 or higher in order for that affliction to end. Very good roll.
Yeah.
But the curse has been removed, and you watch as he's like, as the curse itself is leaving his body. But as soon as it leaves, he falls into a more peaceful sleep. I believe you said you wanted to do a medicine check, Dinoc?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll it. 11. Just going over and doing basic medical kind of attention, you can already tell that the ravenous fever that had been eating at him the day previous has already started to lower, and his breathing has returned to a more normal.
I think the word you were looking for is subdue.
Subside.
Subside.
Dissipate.
Yeah, look, my brain went sub, and then my tummy went ooh sub, and that I just.
Wow.
Well, congratulations, you have saved Inran Jun from becoming a vampire.
All right, now, why was Jor here? Isn't he one of the council members?
Yeah, he's one of the ones that Zalpip thinks were affected.
So what business does he have with Inran?
I think he was checking on the rate the curse was spreading. I think that the curse is part of all this.
Mm-hmm. You think Jor might be a vampire?
If not a vampire, then at least a thrall.
Well, the next time we get close to him, we can check his neck for marks.
One thing I will point out, just so that you guys are at the very least aware. Actually, everybody make me an intelligence check.
Oh, cool.
Ooh. Bloop.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Wow.
What is that? I'm scared! I'm scared!
Double nat 20s.
Okay.
The game
Well-
wants me to be a smart boy.
The game is like, this is important for this person to know. I'm gonna make sure he knows it.
Specifically that person. Compared to everybody else's checks.
Yeah, so Denock rolled a 25, a natural 20, or a 25, a natural 20. The next closest check was a 13.
Yeah.
Also, I rolled double nat 20s. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
So
I'm gonna roll a lot of ones tonight, I think, now.
Rolls dual nat ones.
I will say Katya and Denock get this, and I will give Denock a little bit extra because of the natural 20. But the first thing that comes to mind when talking about this is it's morning. Like, it's late morning at this point. So the sun's out.
Oh.
If the sun's out, Cardin
that's
says guns out.
What?
With a 9, I would say that's appropriate. You're like looking out a
What's a
window,
stun?
not even paying
Exactly.
attention to the. You're looking out a window, not even paying attention to the scenario, and you see the sun as it passes past a cloud, and you just guns out and flex in the window.
Yep. That's exactly how I was actually picturing that.
What was that card? Oh, son. Oh, shit.
Yeah. You know, at least in the past, the rays of the sun that are generated through the weather domes typically are pure sunlight. By being reflected and by being bent and reflected through by mirrors and prisms atop the weather dome. If Jor is a vampire, how the fuck is he outside while the sun's out?
Yeah, I don't think he's a vampire.
Yeah, I'm gonna think probably not too, unless there's some way, unless vampires have invented a way to avoid sunlight during the day.
Enoch with a natural 20, it could take some finagling, but it could be done.
Probably through quote divine intervention unquote.
More like whomever typically maintenances the weather domes.
You mean
Basically,
maintains.
providing maintenance to the weather domes.
There we go.
They would have to set it up in a way so that the sun is no longer being reflected, but that there is still light coming from the weather dome. Which, because it's a giant ass dome, it is possible. It would definitely take some doing and a lot of people in some really good and a lot of important positions to do so, but it could be done.
Right. Oh, sh.
So basically, artificial sunlight.
I mean, I have the ability to create light that's not sunlight using magic. What if they just amplified it? I suppose that is a good question. Does magical light harm vampires?
Make an Arcana check.
Do you say that out loud?
Oh, yes.
Then anybody may.
14. Enoch is the expert on the undead here.
Giggles.
What is going on?
Fair,
How?
When John is getting a higher Arcana check than Katya.
How did I
Damn
get
right.
another 20?
does
How did I?
Okay, there he is. I was like, does Valinor want to roll as well?
How did I get another 20? I'm not complaining, but I am so scared now of what my rolls were.
So I'm pretty sure. Hold on, I want to look up this. I want to look up one spell, and that's going to determine which of y'all know it. Oh, it's third level. Everybody would. Well, Cardin, because you are not an arcane, because you are not a caster of any variety, you are automatically disqualified from knowing this. Sorry.
I mean, you said anyone, so that's why I said for shits and giggles, why not?
Oh, I know, but you don't know how to cast magic, so you're like, sunlight hurts.
Yep.
For the rest of you, there are certain spells that can hurt vampires or undead that are sensitive to sunlight. The cantrip, probably not. It might annoy the ever-living piss out of them, but in terms of like actually hurting them, probably not. However, there are spells that would. Denoch, you know several of them off the top of your head. Things like Daylight comes to mind. Other things like Moonbeam. Any kind of radiant damage-based spell immediately comes to mind. So, those are the ones that, like I said, immediately come to mind. But you're positive that there are others, and that you would probably have to do some research on what might.
So, this is just a hypothesis.
The light cantrip sheds bright light. In order for the light to actually be effective against a vampire, it has to be declared daylight. Bright light and daylight are two different.
this is just a hypothesis. But you know how like our crystals store magic and allow us to use it to fly the Laputa?
Uh-huh.
Couldn't you also take a crystal like that and store a lot of magic into it and then use it to amplify its effects?
Light spell. Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds like it would work.
So all they really need is a big crystal and access to one of the most basic spells known
Well,
to
on one
all.
hand. On one hand, the light spell only affects a certain amount. And it definitely doesn't warm the skin. They'd have to be casting something like the spell Daylight.
Isn't there? I mean, if they're using a very clever ruse to mask the fact that it's not natural sunlight, they could be using an additional spell to create some form of heat as well, wouldn't they? Isn't the weather inside of your weather dome magically altered anyways?
Well, it's designed to keep bad weather out.
Question for the DM.
Mm-hmm.
Completely random. Since I'm a cleric of light, would I know if this is artificial light or real daylight that's coming through?
I will say
That's a great question.
it is, and I love it. I'm gonna say make either a. Oh wait, I know your scores. Never mind. Make a perception check with
Nature.
advantage. No, his intelligence is not his better stat.
Oh,
Oh,
that
but
die landed on that 18, and we know it.
Yeah.
It rolled back.
It rolled
Digital
bad.
dice, damn it.
But I'm sorry. With a 10, unfortunately, it seems real enough, but without proper investigation, you're unsure.
Okay.
It does seem different, I will give you that. It's not... If it is daylight, it's not pure daylight. Give you that. It's a 10, so I don't want to give you too much.
Hey, can you say that last part again?
Yeah, so it feels different. If it is daylight, it may not be completely daylight. There's something different about it, but you're not sure what not without proper investigation.
So it's just kind of like one of those kind of gut instincts.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of feels off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Kind of like one
will
of
tell
those
that to
summer
the party.
days where it's like it looks like it's really, really hot outside, but when you go outside, it's not.
Oh, like today.
Oh, what's that like?
Hey,
Must be great.
where
I don't know, I
today
didn't
it
go
looked
outside
like it
today.
was like
To the party.
70 or 80 out, and it was like 40.
I mean, I didn't go outside today. I basically spent my entire day in my rocking chair holding my infant, so...
Like, summer here, if it looks hot, it is always hotter than it looks.
Anyway, that's what you get with
We
a
live
10.
in a desert, though, so I mean,
I don't live in a desert.
So,
close enough.
Not even. That's
I
West
know.
Texas.
alright, let's refocus.
Okay.
That's what you get with a
Focus.
10, Valinar.
Cool. I relay that to the rest of the party. It could
Okay.
be real daylight, but it feels, I don't know, weird, different.
Then we need to go to some place that doesn't have part of the weather dome over it.
Oh, I see. Like a compare/contrast.
But is there a place that doesn't have the weather dome over it?
There are 2 areas
Did
on
it-
this island.
I thought we landed in an area that didn't have a weather dome.
Yup.
That is correct. That is one of the 2 areas.
So all we really have to do is leave the city.
Yep. Go back to the fortress. Go back to
then-
Lakuta.
Regroup, decide what we should do next.
Though honestly, I'm going to wait until Uncle has woken up.
Until what? Oh, until Uncle is woken up. Okay.
Okay. You
Whoa.
robot hard.
Ow!
Oh, I did.
Try that again.
Not even.
This better?
Yes.
Oh, my MS dropped really bad.
Yeah, and your stream is having troubles.
Oh no! No! Network error. My foot.
That's what I have.
Twitch. Twitch.
Okay,
Twitch.
my Discord should be okay now.
Nope, you're
Yeah,
still roboting pretty hard.
Really? My Discord is? Oh, I dropped
Yeah.
again. What the fuck? I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
He's tied
All
down.
the mage
on-
hands in the world. All the mage hands in the world.
I'm confused. What did I miss?
He's talking about kidnapping my uncle.
Oh, yeah, I've been noticing that my OBS and stuff was having issues, but the problem is I'm the
Yeah.
only person at home.
That's weird then.
Oh yes.
Oh my god, my
Spank me
internet
more.
is going up and down, up and down.
I need an adult.
Oh,
I am an adult.
We're all adults here, I think.
We are.
I mean, there's some
What's an
children in
adult?
adult bodies.
We're all just professional children.
Exactly.
I think that's what I was told when I was in the military. I think one of the command master chief looked at us all and he's like, "You're all just now coming of age. You're all barely adults. Really, you're just professional children." I'm like, and we're about to learn, and we're about to learn how to work on a nuclear plant. Sweet.
I think
Oh, man, that
somewhere when I
explains
first
so much.
started in retail, I was told that we're nothing but professional punching bags.
I mean, you're not wrong.
That's everybody in life, really.
I don't know. I think I'm okay, but I don't know for sure. My internet just decided to have a little bit of a hiccup.
Interesting.
So you guys are doing what? You guys are gonna wait around it for your uncle to wake up?
I am.
Where's
And what about
Rel
the-
during all of this?
What about the? She's standing in the room.
Just listening to us bicker.
Well, she's
Wait, so
at this. As you guys have been talking, she kind of moves over to Enran and kind of is like making sure he's okay. At least
Okay.
to the best that
what
she
was her
can.
reaction to me blowing up?
You guys briefed her on a lot of this yesterday, so she's had time to process a lot. She was very shocked to see Jor standing in that room, but like also did her best to kind of be like keep it under control and be the quote unquote adult in the room.
Good, because we need one.
So
I'm
she
over
kind
here
of-
making bad suggestions, and Denox slapping me with the mage hand.
Yeah. So, what about the rest of you guys? Are you guys gonna stick around with Denock until Uncle wakes up, or are you guys gonna head somewhere else?
I mean, Denock's kind of our guide through the city. I don't think any of us are going to be able to find our way. Even if we find our way out of the city, I don't think we'll find our way back without
That's the
Denock.
fun part.
I mean, all we have to do is look up. You see the glass dome? Okay, head towards the edge of that and leave the city. And
fair enough. When you look up,
Yes.
you don't see a dome.
Oh.
You look up and you see the sky.
Oh. So just pick a direction, keep walking in it until you leave the city.
There you go.
I don't think you
Now-
guys-
And walk off the edge.
Well, I would stop before I reach the edge. If I see the edge, I'm going to stop walking. I can't vouch for Cardin over there, but
Cardin would not stop. I meant Cardin would stop before the edge.
you try to tackle the edge. You see it as a challenge.
This is how you lose attack. You trick him into jumping off a floating island.
I mean, yes.
Oh, is that how we're going to defeat Fodor?
Here,
I think we have a
candy.
plan.
Throw off
Our
my-
challenge to him is to survive or jump off the island.
Good
You
luck
know
with
what?
that one.
That might actually somehow work.
Enough. Roll me a d20, please.
Oh no.
Oh, shit.
Well, it's not a nat 20.
Or in that one.
Okay. Roughly. Let's see. It's kind of early afternoon at this point.
Starting to get hungry.
Around. You wait, and eventually lunch is brought to you guys.
Oh,
And
neat.
Rel eventually has to leave you guys to return to her work. She has adult things to do and has to adult.
Don't worry, we'll keep an eye on him.
She nods in appreciation and heads out to do her stuff.
The moment she's out the door, I turn to Katya and say, if you ever suggest that again, I am going to both lightning bolt and fireball and black tentacle you.
It was just a joke.
I had such a bad one-liner right there that I could have used, but then I thought would have been great for this one, but he doesn't have access to the spell yet. It would have been, I would finger you to death.
Oh lord.
Utilizing the finger of death spell. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Anyway,
I'm gonna go for it.
the spell?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a fun spell. It's a high-level spell, too, but,
I'm gonna work for it.
I know, one day.
I mean, you could cold to death.
Oh god, no. No. This stream will not become a hentai.
Oh. But that's what
Okay.
attracts people
Event-
for some reason.
You guys are sitting around, waiting, after lunch. 1 o'clock rolls around. 2 o'clock. Then 3. And around.
Yeah, I should just
still
take a nap at this
sleeping.
point.
Hey, Denock, I've got a question.
Hmm?
You said that there's a giant dome around this city, right?
Mm-hmm.
How difficult is it to get to the top of that dome?
Well, it's not exactly a physical dome. It's more of a magical spell effect.
There are some physical aspects of it.
So you can climb it?
There are certain areas that are built like archways that create the dome in order to spread the magic out, basically, so that it covers the largest area possible. So there are areas that have the construction of it, and there are areas that even have plates of metal that goes across it in order to project the magic. Not everywhere is the same. It all varies based off of basically the districts and the wards. In terms of getting to the top of them, every quote-unquote entrance to climb is fairly heavily guarded. Like, it's not like an army standing there, but there's usually between 3 and 5 like city guards standing posted there.
All right, makes sense.
They are because they are domes. There are mechanical construction of them. It's just not a complete dome so that people can go and or come and go. But there is the dome aspect of it that if you wanted to, you could walk on top of it. And some people, as pranks, have tried to quote-unquote walk in the sky by using things like spider climb to jump onto the dome plates and walk in, to the top of the inside of the dome. Guards typically don't let them get that far because of that, though.
Fair
It
enough.
was just a prank, bro. But
Just curious.
as 3 o'clock rolls around, there still does not seem to be any sign of... I don't want to use that word. There doesn't seem to be any sign that Enran is going to be waking up. He's still breathing, he just appears to be resting.
How many more hours do we want to wait until it's considered a long rest?
You guys have not begun sleeping, so whenever you want to start one.
I feel like the longer we sit here, the more time certain evil forces have to, gather and plot against us.
Well, oh.
I mean, do we really have to sit here and wait for him to wake up? Can't we come back later when maybe he is awake? Maybe Rel could give you one of those message calls on those fancy communication devices you people carry around.
I suppose I'd better go get mine from home then.
Sounds like a plan. Because I don't know about everybody else here, but really just sitting here for hours on end with nothing to do it's kind of boring.
At the same time, I'm highly worried.
Well, if Jor is working with the enemy, he knows we're here. And that means whoever is running this whole operation knows we're here.
Right, you're right, you're right.
I mean, sitting and doing nothing when we were being hunted by the assassins back on the Lapita was somehow very successful. All we had to do was sleep and wake up, and there they were. I don't think it's going to happen again. Oh no.
I heard that roll.
All of a sudden, an army walks into the room.
No, carry on.
I mean, we have so much to accomplish. I feel like we're just wasting away here.
You know, I have a random question for you guys. I think we've raised this before, but is it possible that there were anyone else besides us that were just transported to different islands?
I mean, we don't know. We didn't figure out what the spell actually... if it even was a spell.
I don't think that question's been raised before.
Well, if
But
it
no.
wasn't, I've been thinking about it.
I mean, there's been no proof of it, and nobody's said, oh, yeah,
I mean,
we just had a group of travelers who came through here who also were from other places. You know, it seems to be a very commonplace.
on the way here, I saw someone that looked eerily familiar.
What?
Oh?
Can't put a name on him. He's someone I met once.
Was it yourself?
Uh,
No.
I did say I met him once, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just checking.
It
I have
could
no
just
idea.
it could just be a coincidence, but at the same time, if it happened to us, who's to say it didn't happen to others?
He also had the corner of my eye, and then he just disappeared.
So was this someone a good or bad?
I don't remember. Like I said, I remember meeting them once. Don't even know their name. Well, I don't remember their name.
At this point, we don't have enough information to be able to tell one way or the other.
No, but it'd be a good idea to keep an eye out.
It's always a good idea to keep an eye out.
Just gonna stare out the window until a decision's made.
You guys wanting to head back to the Lapita? I believe Dinak wanted to swing by his home to grab his thingamadoodle, but yeah, that the plan?
Yeah, get the thingamadoodle, and then we'll head outside and check the sunlight there, so Valinor can do his measurements, and then we'll know one way or another if we've got a bigger problem.
You got 20% brightness, 10% heat, 5%
But
UV
100%
rays.
skill.
Hmm?
But 100% skill.
It's 100% reason to remember the name.
Perfect.
I know,
All right.
but
If
it
that's the
goes better
plan,
with the-
is that the plan then?
Yeah?
Okay. We
Good.
are going to basically do a little bit of a time skip here, and we're gonna take a break, and we'll come back. When we come back from the break, we'll go over that time skip here. So, guys, we'll be back in just a couple of minutes here. Don't go nowhere. And welcome back, everybody. Thank you for being patient with us as we had our break. You know, got to make sure to keep those legs watered and the drinks stretched.
And the toilet's splished.
Did not need to know that.
I was gonna say anyway. So
I'm gonna have to change the screen that's behind my chat here. Thank you.
So as
Thank you
we
for that.
you're welcome. As we are coming back to this, I'm gonna say for the sake of time that Dinak, you managed to grab your phone device and from your your home, and you guys have now arrived back at the Lapita, where you guys have the evening to do what you wish.
Do we ever check the sunlight?
You want to?
I thought that was our whole idea for leaving the city.
Yeah, before we do that, I do want to say something. When we went to pick up the phone, I want Deanoch to tell his father to contact grandfather and arrange
Okay.
a meeting, if he would.
Okay, I will do that. You will do that.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not grandfather is receptive or not is a whole nother story.
Right.
Tell them that they're here from another island.
No, don't do that. Do not do that. You will never leave the lab.
Okay, maybe leave that part out. Wait, but if we're gonna have this meeting with him in the first place, he's gonna find out as soon as I say, "Hey, kind of need to borrow
Yeah,
the plans."
you'll find out when we're in a defensible position, and grandfather will not have the tactical advantage.
Don't mind me, I'm just getting my popcorn. No. What you guys you arrange to set up you arrange for your father to set up a meeting with granddad. And you guys return to the outskirts of the Lapita. And you guys were gonna check for real sunlight.
Sunlight consistency.
I was wondering, yeah.
Hmm.
Kind of like compare and contrast the light inside the dome with the light outside the dome.
For that, go ahead and roll either a nature or a survival check.
Survival it is.
Wow.
20. Soft 20. That's much better than the 10 before.
Mm-hmm. Almost double.
Yeah.
There is a difference. Being in tuned with the light and the god of light, when you're outside like this, you feel his presence a lot more vibrant. When you are inside, and you're only now realizing it as you're taking a moment to kind of stop and think and reflect on it. But when you were inside, it was more of almost like there was more of a distance between you and Geisma. Or at least that link that ties you to your deity had been almost restricted.
Huh. So, kind of putting that in more simpler terms, it was almost like the light was weaker,
Yeah,
kind of.
kind of.
So, yeah. Guys, the light out here is stronger.
Then it sounds like our hypothesis stands proven.
Well, or it just could be, since it's not fully.
Not being filtered through a thing.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, it just says, Yeah, there's a difference.
Maybe we should err on the side of caution and just believe that Jor may be a vampire until otherwise proven innocent. Use caution.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before a long rest?
I can't think
Well,
of
one
anything.
one.
Wait, what time in the evening
One-
is it?
I mean, it's still kind of early evening, but you guys, I'm talking about for this evening. Is there anything else you guys plan to do? Otherwise, I was just going to jump to the next morning.
I would like to explore somewhat close by the Lapita for components to make up healing potions.
Okay. Roll. I'm gonna say survival for this, because this is like trying to find ingredients and stuff.
Bloop. Oh man. Dinox stole my nat 20s.
Ooh, this is.
That's not good.
Okay, I just had a bunch of stuff all over.
Okay.
I feel like I have gotten lost.
As you're traveling, you're looking for herbs and stuff like that around the Lapita and stuff like that. What was that?
Was
That was
me?
me unmuting.
Oh, gotcha. As you're traveling around the Lapita and stuff and having a difficult time finding herbs and stuff like that that you would normally need to make the potions and stuff like that you typically can find in various places. Make a perception check for me.
Uh-oh. Please, not a nat 1. Please, not a nat 1. 14.
If it had rolled a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
As you're wandering and looking for supplies, eventually you realize, oh, I've gone a little farther away from the Lapita than I planned. And as
Oh,
you
boy.
kind of look and begin to feel like you're looking and you still cannot manage to find any kind of proper plants that you need in order to begin to create healing potions. You decide to give up. And as
Yeah,
you begin to
fruitless.
turn and head back towards the Lapita, watch in the surrounding wood that 3 very large wolves step out from the shadows and trees around you,
Oh no.
the red glint in their eyes.
Oh no. Have they already spotted me?
Yes, they're like 30, they're about 30, 60 feet away from you.
Oh crap. Well,
Actually,
it's too late to
they'd
try
be-
and hide.
They'd be between 30 and 40, my bad. 30 and 40. And they're all 3 of them are currently looking at you.
Oh boy.
Never go by yourself.
I wasn't supposed to go that far.
I mean, you're not that far from the Laputa. You're
I can see it.
between trees, yes. In your head, you're probably, because you're fairly intelligent, you're maybe 250 feet away.
Oof.
Which really isn't that far, all things considered.
250 feet.
It's maybe a 5-minute walk.
So what if I want to run?
Well, you can move 60 feet around.
Yes.
That's, as your action and your movement. So you can move 60 feet. You're about, let's say 200 feet. So it would take you roughly 4 turns to get back to the Laputa by sprinting.
Okay, well. First thing I'm going to do is, when I see these wolves, I'm going to dash. I'm
You're
going
just
to dash.
gonna bolt?
Yes, I'm not going to try and face these on my own. As a matter of fact, I'm going to dash, try to dash in a way where I'm not going to run right through them.
Okay.
And then I will use a quickened spell to give myself mirror image.
Okay. And as you do that, I'm gonna have you roll initiative with me.
Boop. Oh. Of course. That's a bad roll.
Okay. A little bit here. Okay. Alrighty. As you bolt, you move. At this point in time, you're right at about 50 or so feet away from them. And the wolves, as soon as you begin to move, they take off after you. These wolves are large and they're fast. As you're running, 2 of them come and begin to try and attack you. The third one would not be able to get close enough to you, so the other two will attempt to bite you. So first I have to roll to see if I hit, I think. No, roll a d20 first. Roll above a 6. That's how this works.
Me?
Yep, roll a d20. Okay, 13.
Okay.
So I attack one of the duplicates. The AC is 10 plus your dex modifier for the duplicate. So what is...
So it's 12.
12, okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's an 18 on the die. That'll hit. So
Okay,
one
so
of your
one's
duplicates is gone. The other one is also going to attempt to hit. Go ahead and roll another d20. 17, so it hits another duplicate. That's cocked. That'll actually miss the duplicate. That's a 7.
Thank you.
That's a really low roll. But you watch as the other one, since it can't get within range of you this turn, you watch as it runs ahead of you. It's probably 40 feet ahead of you now. That brings us to your turn. What would you like to do?
Continue dashing.
Continue dashing. Okay, as you leave their range, they're going to take their attacks of opportunity. So go ahead and roll a d20.
Oh, what? That is not what I clicked. Dice roll and move. I said d20.
Okay.
15.
Duplicate. That's a 16 to hit, which would hit a duplicate. That destroys
my
that
other duplicate.
So that's 2 duplicates down, 1 remaining. Go ahead and roll another d20.
Oh, yeah, that's...
1. So this one will actually
They're
hit
hitting me.
you. This will actually hit you, yes. That's a 21 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay. Okay, that's pretty low. That's 8 points of piercing damage. As one of the bites kind of grab towards your back leg. Go ahead and make a strength saving throw for me.
Oh, man. Hey, that's not terrible.
That's actually enough to save. Even though it bites into your leg, you rend it free and continue running. Do you full move dash?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, at this point, you have broken the tree line, and you are about halfway to the Laputa. You are about 120 feet away from like the door, the main door. You see
Okay,
there.
is there anybody outside?
There. I'm remembering how the thing is layered. So, yes, but they're not looking in your direction at the moment.
Okay, I don't even need them looking at me.
That's fine. However, as you are passing through the other dire wolves area, I need you to roll another d20 for your last duplicate.
Nope. It's gonna hit that duplicate.
Yeah, that's another 21 to hit. So that duplicate is destroyed, and your
So it's just
dupes
me.
are gone. Yep.
Woo.
But you are, like I said, about 120 feet away.
Okay. So now it's their turn?
Do you want to do anything for your bonus action? That's what you have left.
You can probably scream for help.
Yeah, I was gonna send message, but that's full action. And I don't have enough sorcery points left over from earlier's encounter.
Okay. Are you
So
wanting to attempt to... you going to just try and scream?
I'm gonna try and scream for help.
Okay. I'm going to make a perception check for them.
Wolves!
That's a 2.
Oh god.
I'm so sorry. You guys wouldn't hear it because you guys would be too far away from him, unfortunately. Even with a very high roll. Okay, that'll bring us to the wolves. The back 2 wolves are going to use their entire movement and probably their action as well to get basically on top of you. They're not going to be able to attack you this round, but the one that had ran ahead of you last round would be able to move up in front, be able to move in range in order to attack you. You have no more mirror images, so this is a straight roll, and he has advantage because it's pack tactics.
Sweet.
Okay. That's a 17 to hit.
Oh, barely.
Okay. Way higher damage. That's 13 piercing damage.
Ow.
And I need another strength saving throw as it comes up and bites into your back again, attempting to knock you to the ground.
Hot damn.
That's another save.
Why couldn't I roll like this when I was using the sword? Okay.
brings us
Since
to your
it
turn.
damaged me, I'm gonna use my reaction for a hellish rebuke,
Okay.
and I'm gonna throw that at. Ooh, I'm gonna throw that at 3rd level.
Ooh, okay.
Boop.
Dex save.
Oh, of course.
Ooh, wow.
I mean, it fails its dex save, so.
That's not good damage on that. Not at all.
I mean, that's still 16 points of damage.
Yep. Whoosh.
Go ahead and roll a d100 for me.
Right.
Actually, I should have had you do that for the last spell, but I forgot.
Yep,
so...
you forgot though, so that's you.
Yep. 21?
21.
21. Ooh, you
21.
have not had this one.
Oh god.
Because of the system, it automatically goes off.
Yep.
Let me grab my indicator mark that you have.
Fireball centered on self.
That would be
No.
funny and bad.
Only fireball everything.
So was it fireball?
Okay. It's not awful, honestly. As you're running and as you release this fire from your body, as you have momentarily reacting to the pain, you have a very quick vision of being dragged to the ground and mauled and killed by these wolves.
Oh no.
Just a number of feet from your allies. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
No, I'm using my inspiration.
Okay.
To re-roll that. Oh,
Ooh.
wow. Fucking inspiration.
Unfortunately, that's a no-go. However, you are frightened for 1 minute.
Of the things that are chasing me?
In general. So,
Oh.
you can still move on, I will say. It's just that it's a little scary. And you are afraid, probably most likely, of the wolves. I will say that is your biggest fear right now.
Okay.
So, that was their turn.
No, that was my reaction. Now it's
Yes.
my turn.
Yeah, that was their turn and your reaction. So now it's your turn.
Okay.
All
Alright.
three of them are basically right on top of you at this point.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Confusion. Boom. Now, I don't know if this is going to affect myself if I cast it, like, at my feet.
I'm going to say the only way that you're going to be able to cast this is by hitting yourself as well.
Okay.
Do you still want to cast it?
I'm gonna certainly try.
Okay. So, first off, roll a d100.
Oh, 100. 46. God dang it.
You have had this one before.
Yes, can I try not to have it?
It is a boon.
It's a boon.
It's a boon.
Did I
a
write
good
down the
thing
wrong
for-
one?
It's a good one for you.
Okay.
You may not have realized
Sure.
what it. You may not have realized what it was because I remember the last time you did this, I went in and directly edited your character sheet, and I don't know if you ever
Oh.
noticed what it was what happened.
Apparently not. Okay, sure.
So
then,
I will give it to you. I will tell you what it
Um,
does. Okay.
oh my god, you're roboting hard.
Yeah.
Oh. God.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna leave and come back. Oh no, it's doing the thing.
I can't be left on this cliffhanger.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I just need to refresh a couple of things and I'll get right back to it. I will go ahead and tell you, just because I know what it is and I know what I did last time. 46, you regain all of your sorcery points.
Oh, okay. I must have put the wrong thing down then.
Okay. You regain all your sorcery points, and now I need... you and all three of them to make a wisdom saving throw.
I should have saved that inspiration. Oh, god damn!
Oh.
You should have saved it!
Oh.
Oh. That nat 1 is no bueno. just
And the DC
confused myself.
is 15.
Uh-huh.
One of the wolves saved. The rest of them failed.
Great.
Okay.
Well, maybe I can get them fighting themselves with some randomness. So I did that, and I haven't moved yet.
Nope.
So I had to roll a d10 first thing. 3.
3. Creature doesn't take an action this turn. Well, you've already done that.
Doesn't move or take
so-
actions.
Yep.
Sweet.
So
Doesn't
you're-
move or take actions.
Yeah, so you're stuck.
Oh, great. I have
Womp
screwed
womp.
myself.
Yeah. I think at the end of your turn, you can make a wisdom save in order to... Yeah.
Yes.
At the end of
okay.
your turn, you can make a wisdom save in order to...
Alright,
in
well,
order to
my
end
turn
the
is over
effect.
here.
Well,
Nope, not
your
high
DC Is, your DC is 15.
Yeah.
Alright. Do you want to roll the 2d10s for the wolves that are confused?
Gladly. I'll push the button. Come on. Give me the first one. Don't do this to me. You can't leave me at rolling the dice.
If not, I can do it. Oh, 7.
Oh, okay. 7 and 7.
And 7. Okay. So the creature doesn't move or take actions. This. Oh wait, no, that's the next one.
Creature uses its action to make a melee attack
against a random determined creature. Okay. Roll a d4, Katya, and I'm going to say that you... Okay, 1.
Or not
It'll attack
one.
It'll attack. It'll take. I was honest to God gonna say that you are our number 4. So that's 1. I need you to roll me another one.
That's me. Gosh darn it.
Okay. So
Still has to be able to hit me.
Yep, there is one attack going against the creature who is not confused, and then the other one is attacking you. So first off, the one against its brethren. Flip here. That'll hit.
Fail that strength save.
Pathetic damage. That was... And let's see if it fails the strength save. It does not. It's a 22? 22. And then the one against you. I'm also not giving them pack tactics just because of the confusion factor.
Yeah, that kind of messes a whole lot of things up.
13?
That'll miss.
Yeah.
Hot
Alrighty.
dang.
That'll end their turn. I'm going to... Actually, you're at the bottom of the turn order, so... Back to your turn.
Me turn. Okay, roll my d10. 8. And I must make a melee attack against a random creature in my reach.
So roll a d4. If you roll a 4, I'll have you re-roll.
Okay.
Re-roll.
I can't hit myself. 1.
There we go. Okay.
Okay, what am I hitting him with? My
I don't know.
dagger?
What do you got? What do you have?
I have
You
a
have
dagger.
Then you hit him with the
I have
dagger.
a dagger.
Roll to hit with the dagger.
Hit him with my dagger. That's probably not gonna hit.
That misses, unfortunately.
Fantastic. And I think that's all I'm allowed to do here.
Yep.
Oh, my wisdom save though.
Yep.
Come on, high number. Fuck you.
Oh, I forgot to roll. I forgot to roll their wisdom saves.
No, you didn't.
That was pathetic. I rolled a natural 1 and an 11. They rolled super low.
Cool.
Okay, at the end of your turn, I'm gonna roll a perception check for the guards. 4. These guys suck.
Who hired these guys? Oh wait.
That brings us to their turn. You want to roll
The fact that I'm
D10s
still
for
alive.
'em? Oh, absolutely. This confusion spell fucked up a lot of things, though.
1.
Avon.
The creature uses all movement to move in a random direction. Roll a d8 and assign a direction to each die face.
I don't like it. Roll a D4.
Up. Okay. Up, down, left, or right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
All right. He bolts. That one runs super far away, because it's all movement. So that wolf just ran 100 feet away from you.
Good.
Go ahead and roll another D10.
4. Creature doesn't move or take actions.
So it does nothing. All right. The other one's going to attack
Sweet.
you. Attempt.
Yeah.
12.
That'll miss.
They're rolling so bad now.
Oh my god, I'm alive!
Alright, I'm rolling the 2 wisdom saves for them.
But are you still frightened?
Oh,
He
probably.
is. No, that's a 9 and a 4.
Oh man.
Yeah, alright, your turn. Roll a d10.
And I haven't had to do any concentration stuff either because they can't hit me. 6.
I'm pretty sure you do nothing. Yeah, you do nothing.
Nothing. Gosh darn it.
Roll.
Come on, high
Roll
wisdom.
your wisdom
Come on,
save.
high wisdom.
Oh!
Oh!
8. Alright, end of your turn. Another
Gives the
perception
guards
check.
another chance to try and catch me.
That's cocked, and I'm so glad it is because it looks like a 2.
Aw.
Okay. That's not bad. What is the average stats of a guard? Oh god.
Low.
Well,
One guy's talking to the other. Hey, you see the tits on that woman last night? Which one? You're gonna have to be more specific. Over there, like
somebody
drinking.
bonk him for me.
All of them.
Ah!
Thank you.
Does that slap me out of my confusion?
No.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not slapping Katya. I'm slapping.
The guards.
Oh, they have no bonus. Okay, so that's a 13.
Guards? No, I'm slapping you. I'm slapping Rona Slove.
Oh.
I'm gonna say like they're beginning to notice, but they haven't quite pieced it together yet. That brings us to the wolves. Would you like to roll those d10s for me?
Gladly. No, I'll just roll 2 of them here. 2
Okay,
and
2
9.
for the first one. So 2, that one that ran 100 feet away does nothing. 9.
9 is bad. They can move like normal.
And the creature can move and act like normal. Because of that, The two right here on you will attack you, and because it can act like normal, it has pack tactics again.
Oh, great.
I think those are fair rulings. You want to argue
That
me?
is.
We do it after the we do it after the
I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing.
Wow. Okay.
He's just bemoaning his luck.
I know. Where was that earlier? That's double 18s for a total of 23.
Each?
No, for the first attack, 23 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that'll hit.
13 piercing,
Ow.
and make a strength save.
Luck, don't fail me here. 9.
You are knocked prone.
Well, it's not like I was going anywhere.
No, but I mean, it doesn't really affect the advantage, but it will affect your movement going, like your movement if you have to run away, if you get a chance to run away or something like that.
I just watched it happen. It disconnected me. It reshuffled the list. I'm like, you disconnected me. Funny.
Well,
So I'm prone, but it's not like I'm going anywhere.
yeah, and they already had advantage anyway. So the second one, even higher.
Okay, well let me make the Constitution save for the first one. Oh no! Could not have rolled that any lower if I wanted to.
Constitution.
For the concentration.
Oh, it is concentration.
And so my confusion just wore off.
It did, which could be good and or bad, because this is going to be the end of the wolves' go.
When it hits me.
Yeah, it rolled minimum damage. You take 7 points of piercing damage.
7. Ooh.
You're already prone, so it can't knock you prone again, so you don't need to make the save.
Good.
That ends the wolves' turn. They don't need to make a check now, though, and one of them is 100 feet away.
Yep.
And that brings us to your turn.
Sweet. Okay. Thinking what I want.
You are
to
no
do
longer
here.
confused.
I'm no longer confused. I will stand up.
Okay, that's half your movement.
Okay. I guess so I can make it the rest of the way, I'm going to throw up another mirror image.
Okay, that's your action.
Bloop.
Roll a d100.
D100. 50 on the dot. Is this what I think it is?
Yeah, it's another stat change.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, roll a d6.
5.
Hold on one second, I gotta open your character sheet. Okay, roll
So
a
that's
d4.
Wisdom. 4 points of wisdom going where?
Roll another d6.
Oh!
That,
Oh yeah!
that's really good. Hold on, I'll change it.
Oh yeah! My charisma
So-
I just became more beautiful.
And 4.
Oh
Right,
yeah!
Yeah. Wow.
Feeling good there, buddy?
Well, let's just say my charisma has a +6 now.
That was a really but you're good thing you don't have to make wisdom saves anymore right now.
I know.
Alrighty. That's your action.
Okay. So how does dashing work if I already used half my movement? Do I just move
Well, you
45
already used
feet
your
instead?
action.
Oh right. Right. You got me there.
So you could move 15 feet if you wanted.
I will move 15 feet and then try shouting again.
Okay. They will make attacks of opportunity. Never mind, those both are awful.
Good.
You shout, guard is going to try to hear. That's a 15. That's
Yes!
good. They turn and they're seeing you. and you watch as like there's like 3 of them. One of them vanishes. The other 2 are going to attempt to shoot like longbow attacks in your direction towards the wolves. 120
Please
feet.
don't hit me.
120 feet, I think, is at the very limit of their range. So they're trying. So disadvantage.
I'm gonna try and bring them closer.
Sharpshooter. Yep. Wow, that'll still hit. That's a... What's a guard's dex? 1, so that's a 15. They'd be proficient in it, so it's plus 3, so 17 to hit. Which hits. Longbow's a D8. 1. So that's 5 on that one. Oh my god, they hit again! And,
Wow.
And 2 on the other one. Okay. The guards are at the very bottom. That brings us to the wolves.
Yes.
The 2 wolves are going to take a 15 step towards you. The other one is going
Don't touch
to
me.
move 100 feet, get back in range with you. They're going to attempt to attack you.
All right.
Thank you. That's above an 8.
That's duplicate.
That's a duplicate. It hits. 1 dupe down. Go ahead
Okay.
and roll another d20. Ooh, I think that fails. It is.
That's a fail.
You
That's gonna
needed-
hit me.
You needed an 8.
8 or higher. Yep.
Okay. Does a 15 hit you?
It does not.
15 does not hit you, so it misses.
Sweet.
Alrighty. That will bring us to your turn.
Okay.
Run.
Yeah. I'll move.
Well-
I'll go 30 feet this time.
Okay, you're gonna go 30 for right now. Go ahead and roll. Roll a d20 because you still got two dupes up.
Yep. Oh, that's 100. Sorry, wrong button.
You're fine. You're fine.
That's a 1. So that they're gonna
That's
hit me.
you. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Oof.
That is. Their bonus. 11 points of piercing damage on 1.
Oof.
Go ahead and roll another d20.
I think that's hitting the dupe.
It hits the dupe and destroys the dupe, so you have 1 dupe left. That was just 2, right?
That was my second dupe down. Yes.
Right, but there was only 2 wolf attacks, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because you leave and that provokes 3, so I need you to roll 1 more d20. Okay, hits the last
Attack a
dupe
dupe.
and destroys it.
Okay.
So you're no more in dupes. You move 30 feet away from them. Would you like to move further than that? Because you are currently at that juncture. You were about 120 feet away. Now you're like 90.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna survive unless I do something else. So I'm gonna throw a lightning bolt at them.
Did you cast? Did you cast mirror image this turn?
No, I cast it last turn.
Okay, that's right. So yeah, you just kind of turn and dex saves for them. What's the DC? 15?
17 now.
Oh, 17.
Mm-hmm.
1 pass, 1 fail, and a fail. So the one who has not been injured, I will say, has passed. The other 2, gone.
Gone. Like, gone.
I mean, there are bodies left, but they are smoldering.
They're dead. Oh, good. That makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, there is still one alive, though.
Well, let me resolve the spell effect here.
Thank you.
Of a 7.
Ooh. You have not had this one before.
Yay!
Question. Where does the lightning bolt leave your hand?
What do you mean, where does it leave my hand?
Like, where does it leave your body? When you cast lightning bolt, how do you throw it forward?
I imagine it coming out of the palm of my hand, like a Iron Man blast.
Okay. Give me 1 second here.
Shit.
Mind me.
Don't mind you.
Okay. So, as you are... I'm just going to do it this way just to make it easier on me. As you as you kind of cast the lightning bolt and just vaporize, well, smolder 2 of them, as your hand is kind of like smoking for a minute, then you watch as that smoke kind of drifts off, and then you watch as basically small beads of force rocket from your hand and deal
magic missile.
Another 24 points of damage to that wolf.
Oh.
Oh wow. In addition to the 16 it just took.
Yeah. Killing it.
I'm alive! I'm alive!
You say as you all the way back to the Laputa.
Oh, no, wait. If they're all dead, I'm gonna catch my breath. I'm gonna get a trophy of my solo. I'm gonna get my solo victory trophy, cut off a wolf's tail, and then I'm gonna hightail it back.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Insult to injury.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength check real quick. Just to try to cut the tail off.
I'm over here trying to do a strength saving. No, I don't want to. Okay. 11.
Okay. You get about halfway through, and as you kind of like, and wipe the kind of the sweat from your brow as you're beaten and bloodied, and you kind of look up, look at the tree line, and you see 1, 2, 4, 12
Fuck
more
it.
wolves popping their
I'm
head
out. I'm out. At this point, I'm out.
You're like, not worth it, and you hightail it back.
Yeah,
they're
it's not
dumb.
worth.
They're like they're dumb creatures. They're not suicidal though. They know that if they approach you while you're that close to the fortress, they will die.
Well, I'm not chancing it. I'm out.
But you run all the way back, and about the time you get to the front of the Laputa, you can see your allies kind of running to the front, just as you guys have been notified that Katya was in danger.
Deanoch runs out yelling, "Damn it, Katya! What have we told you about going out alive? Are you okay?"
I'm gonna run up and slap my hand on Deanoch's shoulder and shout, "Safe!"
Shout what?
Safe!
Oh. So for everybody listening, everybody listening and for the party, you want to tell everybody how many hit points you had left?
I went from 60 plus 5 temp. I'm at 13. The fact that I made it back in one piece is fucking amazing. Like, Cardin doing it is like, oh yeah, whatever. But me surviving that?
Yeah.
Carden probably would have
Damn.
been done with that fight a little sooner.
And just
To
in
be-
time to
to be
take
fair-
a long rest.
Yeah, to be fair though, 3 or 4 rounds of that was literally just them going day to day day. Not just the wolves, but Katya as well.
But could you imagine if I tried just sprinting that whole way, they would have inevitably dropped me. That confusion bought me just a little bit more time.
I mean, that's arguable though, because if you would have just focused on running and then, quickening your mirror image.
I was out of sorcery points at the time, so that's why
Yeah, but you did. Get
I got
them all
those back after.
So.
Yeah, I got them back after I cast confusion. At which point it's like, well, now I can't use them. So
No.
I do that thing with Dinok, and then I'm gonna look at Card and be like, carry me to safety.
Okay, I put my hands behind my back and I like crouch down like a piggyback ride.
This piggy went wee all the way home, so may as well.
Alrighty.
That's
with
like a
that-
twofold joke.
It is.
Oh Lord.
With that, I am going to say that everybody has a long rest, and that we'll pick it up
Thank you.
in the morning next week.
Oh.
Because it's
Now those 15 temp HP I would have gained from killing those wolves is just moot now.
yeah.
But still.
Technically, you would technically temporary hit points don't stack. If you get 5 from one and then you drop another, you just replace that 5 with 5 more. So they don't add up. They just, I got 5, then if they're still there, well, I still have 5. But if I had 5,
okay.
and then say you lost 3, so you had 2 left over, but then you drop something else so that you would get 5, you don't have 7, you have 5.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, unfortunately,
weird.
that's the bad thing about temporary hit points. But the thing about temporary hit points is there are so many different ways of getting them, and that's part of the reason why they have it that way in the game. So,
okay.
Well, what did we learn?
Ordinarily, looking for components would not have been an issue if I hadn't gotten lost.
I mean, you weren't really
No,
lost.
dumbass. It's never leave the building alone. I thought
Buddy.
we went over this with Cardin. Didn't think we'd have to go over it with you.
Don't
First
split
of
the
all,
party.
The idea was to stay close to Lapita, so I wandered off. That
Yes,
one
but
was
I had
my
a guard
fault.
with you.
But
Hey.
at the same time, I
Buddy system,
I
I
told
agree,
everybody,
Ginger.
hey, I'm going to go looking for spell components, and nobody offered to come with me.
Because you
And we
moved
like-
on too fast for us to deal with that.
You're like, okay, have fun.
Went over the moving buddy clip from Toy Story.
Anyway,
Because here's the thing. You
That
moved
was a-
on before we could get to that.
I kind of wanted that to happen anyway because I thought it would be funny anyway. I know it was a little bit of a little bit, just for him, but at the same time, it was fun. I don't know. I mean, I left some opportunity for people to interject, but I also did kind of move it a little quick just because I was like, well, nobody's gonna go with him. I'm gonna roll. Yeah, they rolled pretty high. But yeah, it was one of those things where he should have asked somebody to go with him. That was the big thing. He shouldn't have just been like, well, I'm gonna go do this thing. He should have been like,
I'm okay.
somebody please go with me. But I understand. Yeah.
Next time
But,
I'll ask for somebody to come with me.
Yeah.
And maybe next time I'll find something to heal with.
Maybe. But that's the other thing too. You guys have to understand when you guys crash landed. Well, crash landed is a vague term. When you landed, you destroyed a lot of the plants that would have been in that area. So you do have to adventure a little bit away from the Laputa, and you weren't really that far. I mean 200 feet. You cleared it in, well, if you would have ran straight, you would have done it in under 30 seconds. So, but yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for. Wow, that was a pretty good damage roll, honestly, on that magic missile.
Only
just-
two.
What level is that?
That was a 5th level magic missile.
Nice.
I was just gonna let you know that about that as well. So that's what you get. What happens when you get 6 or 8? You know, eventually one of these days when you have the entirety of this list completed, I can just send it to you.
Yeah. And then I'll have the I'll be like, oh, okay. Now I have the legit what it says. Instead of like, it does this thing, maybe.
I mean, there's still a lot on here that you haven't rolled.
Yeah. There's some of them I have a number, but I'm like, I never actually learned what the effect was. I just know I had the number.
Yeah, well, don't make those checks.
Keep experimenting.
I guess you don't have as many as I thought you did. You're down to about, I think it's like 11, I think is what I just counted, 11 or 12.
Wow.
So, anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for sticking with us through this nonsense. I know that end combat chase scene was a little bit impromptu, but when you venture off, I mean, just be glad that I didn't do to you what I did last time a party member split from the group. I left him for dead in an alleyway.
Aw.
Poor Thana.
Now, in my
That was my
defense,
character's brother's fault.
Mhm. And in my defense, I did that. I left her for dead because I knew even if she died, you guys could have brought her back between Revivify and Raise Dead, which I'm pretty sure your character Rom had access to at that level. You guys could have brought her back. But regardless, thank you guys for sticking with us through this stream. I know we went a little bit late, and I know we're just kind of talking now, but we're going to get off of here for people who have to work and stuff like that tomorrow. Again, thank you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next week. Good night.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
See y'all.